certain of that. Now, here's another book. This is my own stuff. I'll get into it. This Weatherman's Guide to the Sun. I've been looking at the sun a lot. I've been understanding the sun. There's a break in science right now. Things are about to happen that are going to make a big difference for this century. I'm certain of that. How the sun relates to the planet, how it relates to Earth in electrical fields and stuff that's now become understood. Due to the few probes we've had out there, have shown us. We actually had a set of stereo satellites until one of them took a hit. Stereo A and stereo SDO-A and SDO-B, which one of them failed because it just got hit by a solar flare, which incidentally happens kind of frequently. And when that does, it changes everything. So when you think your only problem is global warming, which incidentally may not be the way you look at it once you start realizing how the Earth and the sun tie together. It may not be as controllable as we think. That's the scariest part.
No one thinks it's controllable, trust me.
What was that?
No one thinks it's controllable, trust me.
Yeah, I know exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's got me putting some supplies away. But it's a good thing to understand and know about. This one, I'll put a link to this, but it's an extremely good book. It's kind of a layman's way into understanding the new science and how it's breaking in. And they didn't launch that probe for no reason. It's understood that we don't know a lot about the sun and the effect it can have on us very quickly. There were 3 big events, like 700 AD or 900 AD, that if they would happen now, what would be done? None of this stuff would work for years. We'd be thinking way different. But it's a good thing. Not that it's a negative part, but to realize that stuff does happen out there. Anyway, getting on to back to this. But it is your Apollo mission. You should know about it. Next thing is to thank Denny for this location, and thank you for pointing that thing at me. And before I introduce everybody, I'm going to explain one thing. I may explain it backwards, but if I do, just think backwards and you'll get it right. Volumetric displays. You would call that a volumetric display, would you not?